I
All
got a
right.
question for you.
We're ready.
During my last oil change, I was told that I needed front and rear brake pads for my 2013 Toyota 4Runner. So I went down to the local Toyota dealership because I was really happy with the way the vehicle was stopping with the original equipment brake pads that were in there, and I got the brake pads for it. I got home, and I noticed that on the box it says TCMC brake pads. So I got on the internet, and I started to do a little investigation, and TCMC stands for Toyota Complete Maintenance Care, and they said that they are not the same as Toyota factory replacements, and there was a guy on here that explained the differences, that these TCMC brake pads are not as high a quality as the Toyota factory replacements, and he explained the reasons, and basically the reason is that they're cheaper to be able to compete with the aftermarket brake pads that are out there. And I was just wondering if you guys had any experience with these TCMC pads, and what your thoughts were, if I should use them or not, or go back and exchange them for the Toyota factory replacements.
Brake pads have come a long way, even in the aftermarket world, and I'd be surprised if you didn't get the same mileage, if not more. A lot of times the pads are made of a softer compound on a like, say, a brand new vehicle, simply because they want the pads to be quiet and just be a better feel for the consumer. However, like I said, the aftermarket pads, a lot of times they just basically copy that design. Aaron, what's your thoughts?
Well, I agree with what you're saying 100%. And I will mention that those pads we have, they're good pads. I don't see any problems with them. For instance, we use Napa ADO pads, which is also an aftermarket pad, and we have been using those many, many, many years.
Long time.
And I can't think of hardly any complaints that we get with brakes. I mean, we put them on there, and people seem to be very, very happy for many, many years. And
2004 Xterra, my daughter's car. About once a week, or once every 2 weeks, I'm checking the coolant, and it's down by maybe a quart, maybe less, every couple of weeks, and there's no leak. And I'm afraid what you're going to tell me. So where's that coolant going?
We're not going to tell you that, Tim. Those, of course, I know what you're thinking of. Obviously, this head gasket or cylinder head gaskets, but really you don't see that problem too much with the Xteras. A common spot that you see it is actually the water pump.
Yeah.
And one reason why you really don't see it on the ground is because where that water pump leaks is directly on the outside of the engine block. And if it's a very small leak like what you're describing, over that period of time, the coolant will actually hit that engine and either evaporate or burn and never really see it.
Is that something I can, get the car hot and then look underneath and look for it? Or
well, if you can, if you don't mind putting your mouth on top of a radiator and blowing really hard and holding it under about 15 pounds of pressure, about 12 pounds of pressure for a few minutes. But I'm going to tell you, that's rough on your lips, Tim.
Yeah. That's how Aaron used to do it.
The last time our pressure tester broke, and the last time that did that, Billy in the shop had a funny ring around his mouth.
I understand. Okay, I won't do that.
No, I would recommend. I mean, if you wanted to invest in a pressure tester, they're not huge, but it's one of those parts you wouldn't use very often. But no, I would probably just go ahead and have the system pressure tested, and because they may have to have it on a lift rack to be able to see good. And also, you might see just one leak, and there may be several leaks, and so you would want to go ahead and get them all at the same time.